All right, y'all. We are back live once again. And wait, let me turn this up once again. And let's get it in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Woo! Yeah, yeah. Riffin with Griffin.
Yeah.
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. Huge show today. The Celtics epic collapse. The Succession finale. Elon wants to put chips in our head. So much more. News and notes. 100%. It's always just me being me, and I appreciate you being here as always. Chat, interact, have fun, because you know this is Riffin with Griffin. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Riffin with Griffin. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. Here we are once again, riffing it with Griffin it. You know how we do. Let me see. Let me get all this nonsense going over here. You know, as I always say, let me move this. This is on my mouse. As I always say, make sure you subscribe. I appreciate a good subscribe. Hit the notifications so you know when I'm going live or you know when I'm posting videos. I'm on Twitch daily. You know what I mean? Erik Griffin Gaming. Come check me out. You can also be a supporter there. You could sub there. You could be a YouTube member, which is great too. To support me on the Tron, the P-Tron, and I love all that. So I appreciate all the love and support. Anything you guys can do, I appreciate that. And that's always, like I say, what I'm about to say, appreciate it. So I thanks you. Like I say, thanks for being here, guys. I'm going to be in where am I going to be? Nashville. I'm going to be in Nashville on June 21st at Zany's for one night. And then for the rest of the weekend, I'm going to be in Huntsville. So if you are in that area, come check me out. And then I'm going to be in Chicago in July. So all that stuff is on my crazy website, ericgriffin.com, which, I also have to change that because when you look at it on the phone, I didn't fix I don't know. One day I'm going to get a new site. You know what I mean? I'm just going to break down. I get so many emails from people who were like, let me help you. And I just I don't know who to pick. It's a lot, y'all. You know what I mean? It really is a lot. So, anyways, let's see what's going on this week. Anything happened this week? I don't know. Nothing really dramatic happened this week. We finally got a bed. So our bed is on the way. We actually end up getting a Tempur-Pedic. As you guys know about that crazy Hostins, whatever, $70,000 mattress story. What was crazy about that, though, is I will say the one good thing is the presentation that the guy gave, it stuck in my mind. It really did. It stuck in my mind. And so the things he was saying about how you should feel, and the one that got me was this, and I'll tell you, then I'll move on to comments. What got me was that he said, you should be able to lay in one position on the proper bed for hours. So you should be able to lay on your back on your bed, and you should be able to lay like that for hours. If you can't, if at a certain point you start feeling discomfort, it's because you have the wrong mattress. And I was and that stuck with me every mattress store we went to after that. But we ended up getting a Tempur-Pedic, which it ain't cheap. Let me tell you, it ain't cheap. But, Daddy's doing okay. You know what I mean? So we got that. All right. Let's get into some comments because, like I say, I always appreciate when people comment on stuff, Some Mark 7303 just 12 minutes ago said, "Can't believe I just fucking found this. God damn it, Eric, I love you." Can't spell my name right though, but thank you, Mark. So then we got Immaculate Records 305. This guy said, when you people going to learn Philly and Boston were never real contenders. I don't agree with that, but it's always like Monday morning quarterbacking, and we will be talking all about the Celtics collapse. What's this one? Austin something entertainment. Idol was rigged because we what he said? Oh, we should have won. Oh, yeah, she was good, but I disagree with you. I didn't mention her name because I wasn't a fan, but she's great. But she was too dramatic, I thought. I thought she was too it didn't feel genuine, Like it was very like presentational, like, I'm an idol. You know what I mean? Like every time she sung, she was like, I'm singing. And then she had that weird voice, but she's great and she's going to be a star. So if you're a fan of hers, I'm sorry that I didn't mention her. I wasn't a super fan, but I'm acknowledging right now she was fantastic. Let's see. What else we got here? Let's see. Somebody said Mr. J15. I hope you were wrong, champ. Well, it turns out I was wrong, but I didn't really predict the Celtics win. I just said this was the formula where someone could win, Let's see. What else we got here? I don't know. Let's see where we at here. Okay, Monster 0033. I was watching a news story on TV, and this top business guy who was working with AI and it being introduced into the business world claims once AI is established into the workplace, 40% of American jobs will be replaced by them by 2030. A quarter of American workers are expected to lose their jobs as a result of AI and replace 800 million human jobs. Also, 100,000 robots are ready to replace human workers at Amazon's warehouses. Thanks for bringing this up. Gonna talk about this. It's just, we just need to get our shit together and start changing our learning, but we'll get into all that, right? Somebody said this deserves way more than 26,000 views. I totally agree with you. All right. Anyways, a lot of good comments. Thanks for being here. And also thanks for the shout outs on the Apple podcast. Appreciate those comments too. And even sometimes I'll get like, wait, let me go to this real quick. Even sometimes I'll get some like, sort of negative back and forth, but sometimes people come back, man, and they're like, they come back after having, say, a bad interaction, and then they think about it. So this guy right here, Devin Hogston, he sent me a message, said, "Hey, man, I just wanted to apologize for a back and forth we had on YouTube a few weeks ago involving Trump, Fox, and Tucker Carlson. I was just thinking about it watching your episodes of Harlan Highway. And I was just on a Harlan Williams podcast. That guy's hilarious. I feel bad because I did not in any way mean to upset you or make you feel a certain way. I just wanted to have a conversation, and then of course he goes on to like more of our interaction. But anyways, sometimes that happens, and that's what it's all about. It's just like, even if you get heated, you come back, you're like, you know what, I thought about it, and I'm all about that. So shout out to that guy. Thanks for, thanks for just interacting. And just remember, it doesn't always have to be such a like a negative thing, you know what I mean? It doesn't, sometimes it could just be, you just have a strong opinion, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to have a strong opinion about stuff, man. What else? Like I say, if you comment on all the audio platforms, thanks for that. I guess I got to start pulling those up and reading those. But the only thing with those is like those that area actually can be very toxic. But I do see a lot of positive comments there, so I appreciate that. You know, it's funny. It's like I guess you only want positive comments. You know, as opposed to like I think you want positive comments and constructive criticism. But if people hate you, like I always feel like, why are you wasting energy commenting on why you don't like it? Not even being constructive, just like being like, I'm giving you a 1 and I'm never watching this again. But you're wasting all your energy on that. So it's just like there are comments like that, which like, you know, I don't know. It's kind of funny. You know, it really is kind of funny. So, but anyways, once again, thanks for being here for all you people that are here live and everybody in the chat right now. I'll do this again. I'm going to put up the, you know, sometimes I put up an engagement. I'll say I'll start a Q&A, you know, so I'm going to put it up here. Episode 235 Q&A. If anybody has any things in the chat there, if you want to, you know, and I'll look for those, you know what I mean? For those that are about to get an ad, it is what it is. I don't know, it's some new thing on YouTube. But anyways, welcome back. So what's going on? A lot of stuff going on. Lots of stuff going on. I'll save my Succession finale talk till the end because obviously spoiler alert. And I love getting messages. I get a lot of comments from people who are like, stop spoiling television shows. That always gets me too. So people are already asking me questions in the Q&A. So let's just go to that real quick because it just didn't happen last week. What's the status of the crackers? So funny you say that. She just moved the crackers 2 days ago. Finally, I saw the crackers were moved because the thing is like she don't like to keep things for too long. So the crackers were on the table and they were opened, and so she just threw them away because I saw them in the trash, and I was like, oh my god, all these good crackers are just thrown away because these are the expensive ass Air One crackers she likes to get. But yes, the crackers are gone. So thank you for reminding me about that. Mr. Dark Lumen, not answering that, man. You know, come on, dude. It's like this ain't the time or place for that. And you know, what do you think? Answer it yourself. Okay. Let's see. Which pod is more fun, Harlan Highway or Bad Friends? Oof, that's tough. I love Andrew and Bobby, you know, but Harlan, like I don't know him like that, you know. So, but I had such a great time on Harlan's podcast, guys. By the way. And, you know, and speaking of, let me just since we're talking about that right now, let me just go to this right now. Here's a little video preview from the Harlan's Highway podcast, man. I had such a good time on this. It was so fun. Harlan Highway. Harlan Williams.
I say that was butt of joke. And sometimes the butt gets slapped. Yeah. Dude, you said that. You said there's gotta be a butt. Look, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. I don't know why I'm getting. Look, Eric. You're taking a mic and take off too. Your key is not really negative. Your eyes came out of your skull. Like, Harlan Williams. I said that.
Oh man, had a good time with Harlan Williams, man. He you have to watch that episode of Harlan Highway because there was so many. Dude, I'm not even going to tell you how many of those he had, and it was just, you know, It was just really freaking hilarious, man. Oh, was the audio bad on that Harlan clip? Oh, man, what was happening? Was there an echo? What was happening with the... Oh, man, I got to figure out how to stop that. Oh, well. Anyways, just check it out. Because I hear it fine, but maybe... I guess, you know what? It might be that you got... Oh, I know what... Well, I don't even know what it is. I have to figure it out. But anyway, sorry about the audio on that one right here. Somebody said, any new hats? No new hats yet. You know, no new hats. All right, let's get back to the live chat here. Anyways. So, anyways, there was that. Yeah, so I had a really good time on Harlan's podcast. That was really fun. So you might want to check that out. Yeah, so what was happening with the... Oh, it was like, it was robotic or whatever. So I don't know how to get the audio. I'll have to work on that later. But that's good to know. Thank you for letting me know that was happening. So you guys know I'm a one-man show here. It's weird because what I hear isn't what you guys hear. So sorry for anybody if it was like weird for you. Sorry about that. But he just, I'm not good. He had a lot of those that mustache nose thing. That was just funny. It's just like it's like the oldest joke. People think they're so funny when they say that, but it's so hack now. People have been saying that to me for 20 years. You know what I mean? So, all right. So let's go into first thing up. Let's talk about these Celtics, man. Let's talk about these Celtics. Okay. So as you know, I was saying on my podcast last week, this was a perfect scenario for a team to come back from 0-3. Before it even happened, I was saying this. I was saying it when they won Game 4. Then my podcast came out that Wednesday, and I was saying this is actually a probably the only scenario that a team can come back when you have Game 7 on your home floor. That's pretty amazing thing. Celtics choked it away. Yes, Tatum got hurt on the first play, but to me, everything I've been saying about the Celtics for the past month it just showed itself in that game. No adjustments from Mazzulla. He don't even have a veteran on that bench to tell him like, yo, usually in these situations or something. He just showed his inexperience and his arrogance. He is so arrogant, man. Like at the end of the game, they're at the press conference. They're like, yo, you shot so many threes, it wasn't working. And he was like, would you change that strategy? He's like, no. Or something. He just was saying that it was fine that they shot 7 for 50. You know what I mean? Whatever the 3-point shooting was. And it's just like there was no in-game adjustments, no adjustments to that zone defense. You know what I mean? Like, you know, no adjustment of being like, okay, Tatum don't got it. We got to get him out. Let's get somebody in. Blake Griffin's sitting there on the bench. There's other people on the team. Like, let's try something new. Get people in to see what we could do, you know? So, I don't know. It was a very disappointing. I'm disappointed because I wanted to see history being made. That's all. I wanted to see history being made. That's what I was looking forward to. And it's, but you know, at this point, I'm not going to doubt the Heat anymore. You know what I mean? If you're a Heat fan out there, like I feel you. You've been mad. You're like, hey. And if you look at what the Heat have done in the last 4 years, they went to the championship and they've gone to 3. I think they've been in the championship and the Eastern Conference Final for like 4 out of 5 years. Like they are a legit organization and a legit team. Jimmy Butler is a great playoff star. Those undrafted players, you know, they just are professionals. The guy was like, that guy Martin was like, oh, you're not going to draft me? He went into the lab, worked on his shot, worked on his game, worked on his athleticism. Whatever he did to get himself to this point and the culture of the Miami Heat, that guy's now a star, okay? Like, he's going to get paid. He's a bona fide star for that team. And then they just need, like, you know, in my mind, I was like, oh, they just need one more star. But what does that mean? It's like some sort of name recognition. That guy's name's going to be out there now. And then now it's going to be Jimmy Butler, Martin, all the guys they have on the team. Adebayo, you know, maybe they could pick up another piece that works, that has that sort of mentality. But I'm not going to doubt the Miami Heat anymore. I'm actually going to pick the Miami Heat to win the championship. That's my thing. I'm going to go with them now. I'm going to go with let's see. Now I'm going for history. I want them to finish the job. I want this 8th seed, really 10th or 11th seed. Well, no, 9th or they were like the 8th or 9th or 10th seed going into the play-in game. And they're on the verge of winning the championship. I know it's a daunting task. I know the Denver Nuggets are playing very well. They have arguably the best player in the playoffs right now in Jokic. And, and Murray's going back to his form when he was scoring, 50 points in the playoffs against Utah in the bubble. How fantastic he was, and people forget that. I mean, that was great, and so he's there. So the thing is, what's the formula for the Miami Heat to beat the Denver Nuggets? Okay, what's the formula? And I think that the formula is this: you can't stop Jokic. Okay, so don't even try to stop him. I would single cover him. Stay at home on the shooters and cutters, and let him have 50, because 50 points isn't going to win the game. It's not going to win the game. So, to me, I would be like, we can't let Jamal Murray go off. So, Jimmy Butler needs to get on Jamal Murray and shut him down. Shut Jamal Murray down. Let Jokic have 50 points a game. Go ahead, man. And then y'all just have 15 to 20 from all your starters. Miami wins. That's what I think the formula is. I don't think they should double team Jokic. He's too good of a passer. He's such a smart player. Let him have to do it. And then they're going to need other people to step in. Aaron Gordon and Porter Jr. and those guys are going to have to actually step up and play ball. Oops, I just spilled water on my shirt. Sorry. That was such a fat guy thing. Right on camera. Anyways, so people thought I was getting a beer. No, this is a liquid death. Y'all thought I was getting a Bud Light. Hey. Anyway, so you got to cut down. So you got to make sure that Jokic has even if he has 50 points, make sure he only has 3 assists, because he can't get to anybody else, because you're locking everybody else down. So we'll see what they do in the pick and roll and the switch, and we'll see what happens. So we'll see. We'll see. Even if somebody says if he rebounds and assists, add another 20 points to his 50. That's only 70. That doesn't win a game. You see what I'm saying? So even if he got 20 points and assists, that's just 70. You need 15 to 20 from your starters, and then some good bench play from the Heat. This all-around game that they've had: 28 from Butler, 26 from Martin, 10 or 15 from Kyle Lowry coming off the bench. All those guys, Vincent giving you 10, 15. All the guys that are on that Miami team that have been balling now since the first quarter, you're talking about 98, 100, 110 points they could get if you hold those other guys on Denver. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying they're going to be able to do that. I'm just saying, to me, that's the strategy. Because if you let Jokic get 36, but he's got 15 assists and 20 rebounds, that's a whole different story. Because then that means Jamal Murray's going off. Listen, if Jamal Murray gets 30 points, Denver wins, because they're not going to stop Jokic, right? So it's going to be a very interesting thing. My thing is this. We keep doubting Miami. We keep going is this the team that is Denver the team that's oh, we're just so much better than you? I'm sorry. Denver and the Celtics had the best record. Milwaukee and Celtics had the best record in the league. It was Milwaukee, Celtics, then Denver, then whatever the other team was over there, had the best records. I mean, Celtics were a great team too. Miami found a way. I'm just saying, we can't just sit here and doubt Miami anymore. Okay? So, all right. So that's it. That's my talk for that. Okay? All right, let's go into some crazy stories. Well, it's not even a crazy story so much as it's about, Mr. Elon Musk, right? This guy, brilliant dude. You know what I mean? So, he has this thing now. If you guys have been paying attention to it, the FDA, he wants to put a Neuralink, a chip in people's brains that interacts with your brain and a computer, and they're going to start testing it on human beings. I think they finally got FDA approval. I don't know. This is from my title. In my title of the show, I said Gen X tech, and this is what I want to talk about right now. First of all, I have an issue with Elon Musk being so hard on AI. Like, he's very much like, we have to really be careful about AI, but at the same time wanting to put a computer in our heads. Maybe it's not apples to apples, but it just seems like, whoa, that seems like a jump. As I think about, what is this going to mean for the future? What does it mean for the future, man? And I'm Gen X, guys. I found out, Gen X, it's like 1970 or something. I forgot what the Gen X time frame is, but I think that my generation, people, late 40s, early 50s, we lived through a huge technological boom, one of the largest in human history, for the impact that technology has had on the modern era. So, and that is cell phones, computers, and the internet, and all of and then when I say cell phones, internet, all of communication and information gathering, including entertainment. I saw all this happen. I had a Commodore 64 when I was a kid. It was the first computer, It was one of the first computers sold to the public, and it was just a stupid computer with a word processor, and you could do little, you could program it to have a conversation with you. It was weird. And then you had these weird video games. Also, and that goes with that. Computers is the launch of all that. So I saw the first iteration of this. I had an Apple IIc when Apple first came out, and so to me, all of the computer technology that we have now is just an advanced iteration of the original. So it's nothing necessarily new, just the advancement of it. And we've seen it get better in the same way that you have like an iPhone 1. And then, now you look at the first iPhone to the iPhone 15, you look at them and they look pretty much the same. The technology doesn't feel like so far advanced, even though probably when you really narrow it down, it really is. But again, it's just like, it's not a new technology. It's just an improvement on what's already there. So I always would ask the question to myself is, what's next? Like, what's the thing that's going to wow us? What's the thing that we're going to be like, whoa? Because not just wow us, but scare us. Technology is scary. My great aunt, I'll never forget, I'm visiting her in Belize. I'm a little kid, and they just got a refrigerator and they just got a television. Okay. They still got vats outside collecting rainwater. That's how rural it was for them. So, and I just remember my aunt telling me, first of all, they wouldn't keep the refrigerator on because she didn't want to waste electricity. So they would turn the refrigerator off. They would unplug it, they just didn't understand it. But I remember her also with the television. She was like, please don't turn the TV to channel 13 because the devil is on that channel. And I realized she was talking about like King Kong. The King Kong movie and that was the devil. So that was scary to her. Imagine you're living in a world where you just have the radio, and now you're seeing pictures and then like you're refrigerating your food. Imagine if you're a person that you had to eat food right away because it would spoil. Like, that's how you bought food. Now you have the ability to keep stuff in the refrigerator for weeks and you're used to things spoiling, like that must have been a mind trip of being like, oh, I can't trust that. Like imagine that thought process. We're experiencing that again right now, I feel like. And I feel like my people, my generation, and people older than me are having trouble with what's happening right now. And the first thing is AI. I talked about it last week, but I just want to touch on it again. You know, anything that you come out with, there's going to be a negative. There's going to be people who are going to take advantage of it and use it the wrong way. Just think of like dynamite, when they were using it for making fireworks and it was supposed to be entertaining, and then someone took that and turned it into a weapon. There's always things like that. You look at the internet. I mean, the internet, for instance, must have been super scary for some people at the time because it was like, whoa, here's all this information. And it was like, and it's still happening right now. The fact that people can just say whatever they want about a person with no evidence, no facts, no real, no due process. Someone could just make a claim about someone, put it on the internet, and everyone believes it, but that doesn't work in court. It doesn't work in real life, but the public thought, that's all it takes. It's so dangerous, right? That's what happens on the internet. It's so dangerous. People could just say whatever they want. Someone could say, they just tweet things and then, there's no facts or evidence at all when you say something bad about someone. Look what happened with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, man. Like, we don't really, we still don't really know what happened. But she wrote an op-ed piece accusing him of things, and he lost his career. Then he was like, I'm coming back. I'm fighting you on this. Because to me, it's like, get it right. Like even a reputable news organization like the Washington Post, they messed up by just blanketly putting that out. That's the world we live in now, where information is just, it's so wild, and, people's lives are being ruined. You know what I mean? And to me, it doesn't service alleged victims in any way by just putting claims out. It's like, no, let's figure this out. There's nuance to every situation. Let's find out. That's like if someone is guilty of A, and then you jump to A, B, C, D. You can't do that. You can't do that without any facts or evidence. You know what I mean? So, anyways, that's the internet. So now we're able to gather information, but who put that information out? That was always the thing. Like it was like, you just make a website and you put information on it and someone Googles that information and then they're seeing that website. But who's to say that this website is correct? Like, how do we determine what is factual, what is researched, what is, that this is real information? That's the scary part to the internet. But we can't put it away, man. There's child pornography. There's, how to make bombs. There's so many like bad things on the internet. But at the same time, there's also, look how I'm connecting with you right now. This is because of the internet, entertainment. And there are great, encyclopedias, and there's organizations that have a great reputation, that have integrity, that we can gather information from. It's a way to connect the world. And so there's so many good things to it also. We can't just be like, whoa, this is scary and these are all the bad things that are going to happen, so we should get rid of it, or we shouldn't do it. We just have to like upgrade our thought process. We have to upgrade our laws. I've talked about this in the past too, but it's like my friend's motorcycle got stolen and he had one of those air tags on it. But because it was the people know, so they stole the bike and they put it in an apartment. So when the cops came, they're like, well, we need a search warrant and there's no, those laws need to be upgraded. That's an old school thinking. The problem with technology, it moves so fast and we're not moving with it. Immediately, the law should change. If there's an air tag on a thing, and stolen, you have your phone, you're showing the police, you should be able to report to cops, give it this. That's the due process. That's the probable cause, and they should be able to go do something about it. It's just an old school thinking. You can't stop progress. Exactly. Somebody in the chat just said, you can't stop progress, and progress comes with pros and cons. Here's an example of old school thinking holding us back. When you deposit a check on your phone, right? You deposit a check, okay? I'm not going to show you the check amount and all that, but I'm just saying, they still make you take a picture of the back of the check, the endorsement. That is the dumbest shit ever. It's so dumb. You know? It is so dumb that they make you sign the back of the check and take a picture of that. That's because the people that came up with this, they're like, well, we have to have a physical check. They can't wrap their brains around the fact that all you need are the numbers, the amount, and the accounts are connected. Money flows from one to the other. They can't wrap their brains around just being like, well, I guess we don't really need the back of the check. You know what I mean? It's just an old school check thing that they didn't want to let go of. It's dumb. Hey, banking people, you're dumb. Okay? That's archaic. Get rid of that process. It shouldn't even be like that. You know, you take a picture of the front, you're done. You can't even tell that the back of the check is that check. So anyway, but I know what it was. It was people sitting around being like, well, we got to have the endorsement. You have to have the signature. What if you don't have the signature? You know what I mean? It's like, it's the same way when you go to a store and you buy something and you use Apple Pay or you use your phone, Google, whatever. You're just using your phone to tap and they still want you to sign. Why? Why are we signing when this is my phone? I have to double click the thing, you know, put my Face ID so they know it's me. Once I put that in, that's me. That's me. That security process has already been done. What the hell am I signing the back a receipt for? How about this? Why am I even getting a receipt? You go to CVS and the receipt is like 9 feet long. Why are you giving me a receipt now? It should be immediately connected to your credit card. The receipt should go right to your email immediately, or it just goes right to your phone if you pay with Apple Pay. Like, what are we doing? It's like holding on to the old school way of thing, and we are moving too fast for that. We're moving too fast for that. So I say all that to say, I'm talking to my new cousin from my, Rachel's side of the family, Jake. And he's like an engineer or something like that, and he's working with AI. And he's a young guy. He just graduated college. He's so excited about AI, like so excited about it. And I looked at him and I was like, oh, wow, I'm old. I have to remember that progress can't be stopped. And this generation sees the potential and the benefits. I mean, if AI can solve math problems for us, if AI can go through equations where, it's going to help us cure cancer, cure herpes, cure AIDS, come up with a complex solutions to make sure we're efficiently using our fuel and our resources, that's great. Okay, so the scary part is jobs are going to be taken away, right? So that means then we have to catch up by learning different things, different professions, different, we have to get into the tech world faster. This is like, what presidents talk about all the time. Obama was talking about this, man, like, different training that we need. So whatever these jobs who wants to work in a factory? If we can get robots to make everything and produce everything, it's like, okay, then yeah, now we don't need that anymore. So now you could learn something else. Maybe this will be good for art and people could go into that and we could start appreciating things differently. Like we don't have to spend as much money on the production of things because now they don't have to charge as much. So things will be cheaper. I don't know. There's just so many different things. We have to just change our thought process. We have to change how we look at the world and AI, and then this thing too. And that's why I have an issue with Elon Musk having a problem with AI. I think he has a problem with AI because we don't need smart people anymore. So like, smart people, that super rich, but when you're super smart and you're on the cutting edge and you have that information and you're saying the average Joe could just be at home and solving equations with their AI computer, computer, tell me how to solve this. And the computer's helping you. You mean we won't need Elon Musk? You know what I mean? I'm just being facetious. We're always going to need smart people with ideas, But I think that his idea of, hey, this is scary. Hey, is the AI going to become sentient? Who knows? Maybe. But let's get ready for that. It's just, so this Neuralink is one of those things. It's this sort of like scary technology, like the television to my great aunt, to this new generation. Or this older generation is like, you're not gonna put no chip in my head. I mean, I totally get that mentality, the scariness of that, the thought of like, are you gonna put a chip in my head? But if that's gonna help with, my mom has dementia. What if the Neuralink is gonna help cure that? Or what if the Neuralink's gonna help us, remember things and store a ton of information that we need to do our jobs? What if I can like keep all my jokes? I can just imagine of knowing every single one of my jokes is in my head. And I'll be like, oh, okay, let me reorganize that. Hey, computer, organize the set with this. How it's going to help us, even when it comes to like the writer's strike right now. You can't put AI away. They're so worried about it. But it's like, it's just going to be a tool that we're going to use. Writers are going to be using the AI. Help me. I'm thinking of a story, this. AI starts to put it together. And then the human being comes in and they add emotions and the human touch to it. I mean, it's just a tool that we're going to have to use. It's never going to go away, guys. And so all the people around my age who are scared of technology and like Ice Cube was like, AI is demonic. Like that attitude is just like my great aunt, man. My great aunt who looked at the television and saw pictures of King Kong and she was like, that's demonic. It's the same sort of like archaic thinking that we have to get past. And the young people of today are going to be the ones that they're going to push us into the future. And it's a scary future. It's an unknown future, but it's going to be fantastic. And we just have to embrace it. All right, guys. Well, shit, that was a lot. That's already 42 minutes. I don't even know. Okay, there are some crazy stories, from Instagram that I wanted to talk about too. And you know what? And this one goes right into it when it comes to stories about the future of technology. And here's one of them right here. Scientists in Japan claim lab-grown babies could exist as soon as 2028. 2028? What? There's so much to be unpacked by this. I didn't really look a lot into it. It just was like, man, this is where we're going. So it's like you won't need a surrogate. It's like you don't want to tear up your body. So then it's like, is this going to be a safe way to do pregnancy? It's like you go, now you could save your sperm, you get the woman's eggs, you save them in a thing and you go, okay, we're ready to have a baby. And now there's just going to be this sort of laboratory, organic, safe process to make sure there's no defects, to make sure the baby's getting all the nutrients and everything that it needs. And then it's like, here we go, and then here's your health. Then they're going to take out, here's your healthy baby, whew, that's something else. Is that the future where women won't have to do that anymore? And maybe that's great. Maybe it's like for women, now they can live, they can through their 20s and 30s, all through their 20s and 30s, they could just be doing their thing. And then, you could be now you 39, 30, 41 years old and you're like, it's time for me I want to have a baby now, and then they go to the lab and they go, yeah, here's my card. My sperm is in safe 245. And then they, the eggs and sperm and then you put it together, or maybe now it's going to be, you freeze your eggs are at the laboratory. And now you're a single woman and you want to have a kid, and now you just now you have the app and you're swiping through all the the potential sperm donors and you're like, yeah, put my eggs with this one right here. You know what I mean? You just making an order. You're like, give me this, and then the next thing you know, you got this baby. So who knows, man? That's a scary story. I don't know if it's scary, but it's just like that. Again, look how I said it. I feel like what the people I was talking about, like that's like, wow, that's how we're gonna do it. Weird. Other crazy Instagram story. this one I take offense to. An airline is going to start weighing passengers before they board flights. Woo! Talk about fat shaming, man. You know what I mean? I hope this is going to be a private thing. I hope it's not like right at the gate. You checking in, and then there's a thing for your luggage, and then there's a thing for you. So you put, you know what I mean? Like, what if like your combined weight has to be like, it can't be over 250 or something, like total weight. So you're like, okay, so you have to weigh a certain amount. Oh man, yeah, you can't take this much luggage on because you're taking up your allotment of weight for the plane. I mean, damn. Talk about fat shaming. You know what I mean? I mean, the story is saying that they're doing it for safety. The airline is looking for those traveling on international networks as a part of the passenger way survey. It's for a survey. It's an essential initiative to ensure the safe and efficient operation of the aircraft. So there's got to be some kind of like, well, how about this? How about don't have so many seats on the damn plane? How about take off some seats, bitch? You ever think of that? How about you don't need to make as much money as you're making by cramming so many people on there? How about take out all the middle seats so we can make sure the plane's going to be under a certain weight? Why are you putting it on us? So now I got to be 106 pounds to fly your flight? Nah, man. Fat people got to go see their grandma too. You know what I mean? It's like, what's Lizzo going to do? She going to have to fly private all the time? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. So that's just a crazy story. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see where it's going, you know? And the last one is this. And speaking of flights, this dude opened the plane mid-flight because he was uncomfortable. Man, I fly a lot. And I actually fly in the emergency exit row sometimes too. When the first class is full and I don't get to upgrade, that has more leg room. I've been uncomfortable. And it's never in my mind ever thought like, oh, you know what? Let me just open this door real quick, let some air in. Well, there's more to the story. There's actually more to the story, and I have it right here. Let me go to that. Oh, look at me switching between stuff. Here it is. Yeah, he was arrested. A man arrested opening a door in the Asiana Airlines. Is that it? Asiana? I don't know how to say that. Yeah, it was landing in South Korea. And he said, the man in his 30s said he was feeling suffocated and wanted to get off quickly. What? That's the what segment right now. Somebody said I should have a what segment, and here it is. What? You wanted to get off quickly? You in the sky? I guess that's getting off quick. Do you have a parachute with you? What you gonna do when we land? They gonna land and you just gonna like hop out? What you gonna do? I don't understand what you're gonna do when you get to the gate. What do you think's gonna happen when you get there? You're gonna just jump out the plane and the ground crew's gonna be like, hey dude, yeah, just go to that door over there. Like, mental illness, man. The guy, and there it is right there. The police said the man claimed during questioning that he was stressed after losing his job, according to the airport. I mean, stress. I mean, this goes into like, yo, stress management. Work on that. All right, guys, we finishing off. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Succession. The final episode of Succession, man. Oh, my God. Succession was... I know I'm doing a little ASMR when I'm drinking. For you people that are just listening, they're like, what was that? That's just me drinking my water. Anyways, if I'm making you thirsty, go get you something to drink. Go get that drink. Okay, so Succession. One of the great shows that has been made on Max. Now it's Max. It's not HBO Max. It's just Max now. Yeah. This was great. Now, here's my thing with like seasons, like when they go, this is the last season of a show, right? And then all of a sudden, the purpose lines up great. The writers, the performances, the showrunner, like how they create the show, how the show is driven with this idea that this is the end, it always makes for the best work. The series, the last, since when Logan died, spoiler alert, I told you spoilers, but Logan died in the middle of the season, they killed him off. So that was something that they wanted to do. And then the show became about these crazy kids and like what they were gonna do, And so everything leading up to this show is like, it's just as an actor myself and just like being an artist, there was such great work on this season finale and the last 4 episodes of the show. And I love watching that after the show, they have this like behind the scenes look and the actors talk and the creators talk and just hearing how they did it. They did a lot of like 8 camera shoots and they just shot continuously this funeral scene. Like the Logan's funeral was like, oh, it was so great. And Macaulay Culkin's brother, whatever Culkin, that guy on the right there, oh my God, so good. He was good. Like this family is just the worst. They're just the worst, privileged, brilliant in some ways, conniving and sneaking in the others. And this guy Tom, who's just been this sort of snake in the grass the whole time, married to Shiv, and Tom has just kind of like always looked out for himself. You get the impression that he even married her for because she was in the Logan family, the Roys, and he like joined this family and their relationship is so toxic, but yet there's love and respect there, like this respect they have for how evil each other, just how selfish they both are. They're so selfish, So as in the final season, there's this company, Goji or whatever the name of the company is, and they're trying to buy. So Logan, before he dies, is trying to sell. He's like, you know what? I want out, but I'm going to keep this one division, ATN, which is like Fox News or like CNN, you know what I mean? But it's more like Fox. He's like, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to do my own thing, but I'm selling everything else. They own cruise ships, movie companies. It's like a big conglomerate that they own, and they're going to sell it to this company. And so it's about that. And the kids, they don't want to sell. They want more money. And then they realize they don't like that guy that they're selling to. And they're like, nah, fuck this guy. Let's keep the company ourselves. Their father dies, and they're like, you know what? I think we could do it. And now it's this whole thing where there's no closure with their father, who was just a bastard. He just was like a hard-ass father who didn't really show them love, but he made them who they are, And so then there's all these cryptic messages of like, I want this one to succeed, and there's stuff in the will, and, Roman was talking with his father before he died, and he was led to believe he was going to be something, but he's just weak. He's just a weak pussy with a terrible mouth, And then Shiv is just this like, like there's just no loyalty, and she's just like so out for herself at all times. And then the other one, he's just like, I hate these people, and that's why I love the performances of the actors. They just did such a great job because you have such distinct feelings. And then Greg, the guy in the back there, he was such a snake. Like they're all snake in the grasses, So then they're always going after each other. The brothers and sisters are always like, they're together one time and then they're not together anymore. And they were just showing that. And then the season finale is just great where like, she feels betrayed by the guy that, she's going to be the CEO of the company because when he takes it over. So now, her brothers are like, but we want to stop this deal and we're going to take over. But she feels left out. She's like, yeah, but you left me out of this. You guys are running the company together. You just left me out. She's like, now I have an opportunity to run the company myself and get you guys out. And then the guy backstabs her. Then she's like, all right, she's back with her brothers. And then they're like, boom. And then there's this final scene where they're sitting there and they're voting. The board of directors is voting like, are they gonna sell the company, And then she sits there and it's her vote. It's, it's like 6-6 and she's the final vote, and she gets up and leaves. And then the brother and sisters have this epic talk about themselves. And, it was just, everything was fantastic. The last few episodes, like that one episode where Tom and Shiv are like laying it all out on the line. Like, let's be honest with each other for once, you know? Ugh. It's listen, I need you to watch it. If you haven't ever watched Succession, start on the first episode and just watch this show unfold and these people unfold. It's like it doesn't necessarily glorify the rich at all so much as like it's just this is the human condition and what happens to people and how much family can really affect you. Because their mother is terrible. But anyways, great final episode. It didn't feel like, I felt like they left room for this could go on. But I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know why they ended it after 4 seasons. You know, sometimes a story needs to be told and then it's done, you know? So, yeah, pretty amazing. Good job. You know what I mean? So, let's see here. Oh, wait. I don't want to end this. Let me go to it. Go to this. Oops. What just happened here? I don't know what I just did. I don't know. How do I see this? I'm trying to see. Oh, here we go, guys. Let me just make sure that I got, if there were any more questions. Okay, there were some more questions, and I'll finish up here. Have I ever been to Japan? Have not been to Japan, but I want to go to Japan, and I know how advanced Japan is. Somebody said, it sounds like the Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes and Sly Stallone. Oh, you're so right. Yeah, I know, with the babies. That's so true, man. But in the closing, Dark Lumen asked me, Nuggets or Heat, how many games? I think Heat in 7. That's what I would like to see. I'm going for the underdog in this one, guys. Heat in 7. All right. Okay, guys. Now let's get back to this. Oh, I forgot about that. Let's get back to this. Guys, I want to thank you for being here. You know how we do. Please subscribe and share and you know, on the show. And you know, I'm on Twitch. I'm going to be on Twitch in a little while right after this, maybe in like 10 minutes. I'll be back on Twitch. So, you know, come check that out. Check me out there. And what else? You know, be a Patreon person, you know, if you want to, just to support me, you know, support the show, you know, so I can keep going. I'm on episode 235. Can't even believe that, you know. Can you believe I'm on episode 235? It's crazy, but you know what we do. So, anyways, y'all, I want to thank you for watching Riffin. Griffin. If you want to send me a beat, oh, it's that rap recap. You might get slapped. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Rap recap. Old man style. Woo. The Celtics choke. Now they broke. They gave up hope. Now the Heat moving on. Woo. We'll see if they can win. I'm picking them in 7. The Succession finale, right up my alley. There was no dilly-dally. Like Harry Met Sally. Woo! AI is here to stay. There's no other way. Hey. Yo. Woo! You doing it? Doing it again? Tell your friend. All right, y'all. That's Riffin with Griffin. Thanks for watching. And I will see you next week. See you next week.